What's up, Power Couples? This is Carlos and Catherine Green of Power Couples Rock. We're excited that you've joined us tonight for Popcorn Conversations. And we started into a new season tonight where we're talking about married couples who are in ministry or business together, at least one of them are in ministry and business together. And we're going to be diving in this season to actually help support those couples. We have what we call a Masterful Marriage experience. And we have one of the couples that's in that Masterful Marriage experience who were looking for a community of couples who were married and that were in ministry and business together, and they could not find it. And so when we introduced the Master of Marriage Circle to them, they were like, this is exactly what we've been looking for. And since they've been a part of the circle, they have actually deepened their relationship and their business and ministries are starting to move.
Yes, I'm so glad you shared the story of that couple because I spoke with the husband and he just had this big smile on his face about how excited he was to be a part of this. He didn't even know he needed this until he joined and was became a part of the circle. And after having conversation with us, and then he's participating in our dialogue in our conversations together. He has seen he's seen his marriage expand. He's also seen his business grow, and they have multiple business, and their relationship is really flourishing as a result of being a part of the circle. And we do this because this is who we are. This is how we live. Carlos and
Mhm.
I have been married for a long time,
You
and we
can tell them how long we've been married. It's good. I love it.
it's a long time. It's over 30 years.
35 years, baby. Don't
35
forget my 5
years.
years. 35 years.
We have been married that long. But we've also been in ministry and business together. And
Hmm.
what we found as ourselves is that we found many couples who were in business and they was separating themselves, right? But for
Hmm.
us, that's been our heartbeat. We've been doing business and ministry together, and we felt like God was really pricking on our hearts to really share our Master of Marriage circle with so many other couples who are in this space just like us.
Yes. So I absolutely love that. And so again, we want to just share with you all just what it is. It's called the Match for Marriage Circle. And it's a cohort of couples who are married, who are faith-based believers, and they and business
You
together.
froze. You froze.
All right. You did too.
Ah,
I know. What is happening?
no.
Let's do. What's up, Power Couples? This is Carlos and Catherine Green of Power Couples Rock, and welcome back to Popcorn Conversation, where we've began our new season. Are you excited, Catherine?
I'm excited. It's a new season.
It is a new season. And so, what we're doing is for this season, we are diving into conversations
Mhm.
regarding people who are married or couples who are married, have a faith belief, and are in ministry or business together, or at least one of them are in business or ministry together. And since we started this, what we call the Masterful Marriage Circle, we've had so many couples just grow and develop and be challenged. One particular story, we had this couple who was looking for a community of couples that they could do life with, but also had the same values and beliefs and were in business and ministry together. And since they've been a part of it, well, they couldn't find a community like that.
Yeah.
But when we introduced it to them and then they joined, they were like, oh my God, I didn't even know this existed. And now our marriage is stronger and our businesses are moving at a pace and creatively doing things that we never thought that they would do.
Exactly. I love that you talk about this. And there are other stories just like that. But that one particular couple that you're speaking about, I was able to have a conversation with the husband. And he actually did a powerful testimony for us about how this community, this circle has given them new life in their relationship and in their
Hmm.
business, and that
Yeah.
they can feel like they can walk really stronger together as a result of being a part of our circle. And he said something that was so powerful, like he didn't know what he didn't know. He didn't know that he needed this until he was a part of this. And we're just grateful to be able to be a part of this community with him. And we've seen their business grow, Carlos, right?
I
Their business
know.
has grown tremendously, but most of all, their relationship has grown even more.
That is so good. So, what is it? Again, it is the Master for Marriage Circle, but the show that we're going to do this season is all going to be centered around those couples who are in business and ministry together. They also are faith believers. They believe in God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Bible, because we believe that that's where you build your foundation, not only on your marriage, but also in your ministry and in your business. And so we're going to be tackling some topics to help those couples actually be strengthened, not only in their marriage, but also in their ministry and business as well. So I am so looking forward to this season. And if you are interested in understanding more about the Match for Marriage Circle, we're going to share that information with you later on in the show tonight. So this is our second episode for this season.
Yes, yes, we started out on fire with
Yes.
Dr. Jonathan Allen Sr. when he talked about when a man really loves a woman. And when I tell you he was on fire, dropping nuggets and gems
Yes.
throughout
Yes.
and giving us tactics and things that we can do. It was not just for men, but also for women. That conversation was so rich. If you missed that, you can go out and watch that on our YouTube channel at Power Couples Rock.
Mhm.
But we're doing Master of Marriage, the Master of a Marriage Circle, because this is our heartbeat. We want to
Mhm.
see couples thrive. We want to see couples win in their marriage and in their business. And in the Master of a Marriage Circles, there's what their core areas that we talk about. And I know you talked about topics that we're going to hit. Now, I can share some of those topics, or I can share with what are our core values that we're going to talk about throughout this circle that when we're together.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about some of the topics that we are going to be covering this season?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have a list of them. If you might remember, if you've been following us, last season we put questions in the popcorn popper and we pulled them out and we talked about those things that we seen pop up in relationships. This year we're just going deeper and deeper, as Carlos has mentioned, with couples who are married, who are in business and ministry together, moving them forward and giving them the power they need to be able to leave the legacy that they've been called to leave for the next generation. But some of those topics are going to be when your spouse is also your partner. We're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like, and knowing that they may not be business partners with you. What we've seen, let me clarify that, because sometimes we've seen where one partner may be in business, right, Carlos, and then the
Yeah.
other says that's their business. And what we've done within the circle, we show that that is still your partners in business, whether your name or she's running it or he's running it. There's still work for both of you all to do together. Another, I'm just going to name a few. I'm not going to name them all because
Sure.
you have to tune in for this. We're going to be talking about, of course, money, marriage, and mission. We can't
That's
leave
good.
out money, right? Because
Yes.
in the circle, we not only want you to thrive in your relationship, but we do want you to thrive in your finances. And that is just huge. And then we're going to talk about hard conversation couples tend to avoid.
Mm.
You got to stay tuned for that one. And each week we'll be going into different episodes and different topics. And throughout that, we'll ask that you join in with the conversation.
Yeah, I was wanting to talk through like why would we do something like this? Why is this so important at this point? Well, based on all of the couples that we talk with, or several couples, I should say, that we talk with, they are looking for how can they actually be part of a community that has their same values and is pushing toward the same things that they're looking for in their ministry and in their business. And they could not find anything. And we were spending if you remember, Kathy, we were spending a lot of time with couples, walking them through not only their marriage, but their dreams, their
Mhm.
hopes, what they would love to accomplish, the legacy that they wanted to leave, and how do they do that? And so, as we were having these conversations, it just made sense that we actually bring all of these couples together. We facilitate, moderate those discussions so that they can actually start to push things forward, to put things in place so that they could leave that legacy, to make sure that they are aligned in their vision, their mission, their branding, their values, doing that. And we saw that gap and felt like that this would be the perfect opportunity for us to form that so that we can fill that gap for us. And I have to say, Catherine, it's probably been more life-giving for me than some of the couples because I just get energized when we're talking about their wins, when we're talking about how they're deepening their relationships and their connections, how they're making connections with other couples. I get so energized by that circle of cohort of couples that we are doing community with. So what about you? And so if you are looking for something like that that you could put in the chat, like, yes, I would love to be a part of a community like that. I would love to know more about it. We would love for you all to be a part of this community as well. And we're going to go through the show tonight and kind of walk through some of the main tenets of the Match for Merit Circle, and we're going to talk about our rhythms as well.
Absolutely, Carlos. As people they're chiming in and saying they enjoying the show, and
Oh,
so
that's
I'm like,
good.
just wait. We have
That's great.
we have a little bit ways to go. But you were talking about the elements that we talk about. I wanted to mention I love that we have deep dive on different conversations with them
Yeah.
and creating that. What we call is sabbaticals for the couples. We talk about really having our statement of confessions that we do, which grounds each couple in their
Yeah.
business, in their ministry, and in their marriage. And us doing that consistently has helped elevate, I think, our community and our connection. And those core areas that we've been talking about, we really talk about our covenant. And I
Mhm.
will say that there's a couple in our circle that talked about how their covenant has been strengthened as a result of being a part of the circle because we provide them with activities and guidelines and in-depth work. Growth work is what we call it, growth work for them to grow, to have a deeper connection with one another. And again, it was the man who came out and said that they were loving this. And
Yes.
ladies, if you know, we usually are dragging our men to different things, but not in the circle. When I tell you it is the men's voices that we're hearing very strong and that
Mhm.
they are connected, not just more with their spouses, but with individuals and couples within the circle. And that right there makes my heart dance.
Well, I love it because that one couple that you're talking about, I mean, they have a solid marriage, but I think they felt like that it was just kind of flat.
Mhm.
But because of like you said, the activities that they were engaged in with the circle, that it just added a whole new life dimension to their marriage. And they were so excited about all the adventure that they were experiencing through the circle because we were challenging them to do certain things and then following back up with them to make sure that they do it. And I mean, they would come in on fire on these circle conversations that we would be having because they were like, oh my God, we accomplished this. We did this. We did this. And so you could feel the energy through the conversation and through the virtual option when we would get together, just how excited they were that they were discovering, maybe that's the word I was wanting to use.
Mm,
They were discovering new things about themselves and new
yes.
things that they really liked and enjoyed. So it really helped to deepen their covenant relationship.
Oh, I definitely agree. And I see them on fire for one another. I see them on
They
fire
are.
for one another.
They are.
So that's one of the elements is covenant and what we cover.
Yes.
Another element we cover is connection. And that
Yes.
connection is between the two of you all. And I will say again, we have multiple stories about couples connecting with each other, how they're really being intentional about the time they spend with each other. And they're having in-depth conversations that they've not had before and
Yes.
really hearing each other's heart and
Mhm.
where they would love to go as a couple. And so that connection, when we talk about their vision, their mission, their values, we're finding a lot of couples have not had that conversation. And by them being a part of the circle and being able to share it amongst themselves, but also amongst the community, it really enriches your life because you know that you're not on an island by yourself.
Exactly. And I love that what you had said earlier about the sabbaticals because we help them to form their sabbaticals that they have. And one couple said they went on their sabbatical. They experienced some connections with each other that they never experienced because in that sabbatical, right, they're blocking all of the noise out and truly concentrating on each other, which has been great for them from a connection. And what it does, it provides clarity in their marriage, and it also helps them to provide clarity in their ministry or their business as well. So I love that intimate connection that they're having with each other because they're being challenged to
Yes.
just make sure that they are putting themselves first,
Yes.
putting their relationship first, and then growing their ministry and business and being able to do that in a manner that gives life, produces fruit, but also blesses their family.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, that really, something just really struck me like when you said about when they're doing their sabbaticals and how that connection that they have is just it's a deeper level
Hmm.
and how they're getting to know each other even more intimately with one another in a not necessarily physical, but there's always
Right.
that's part of it. It could be part of
It
it,
could
but
be. Yes.
spiritually,
Yes.
emotionally,
Yes.
that connection that they're experiencing is far outweighs um, I think the intentionality that what you said,
Hmm.
they're being intentional and we challenge them
Yes.
because we challenge ourselves. We're not challenging them without challenging ourselves. There is something that I hear often is we're so busy, we don't have time.
Mhm.
And Carlos and I talked about how we've made the time. It was very important because our kids are adulting. And it's very critical that we made the time while they were with us. And as we made that time, now we have more time together, but we didn't just start when they left the home. We
Yes.
started as they were here, making that time. And now we even have more time. And Carlos and I joke with each other. I say our schedules are much fuller than they were when we had the two boys
Exactly.
and whoever child we was keeping and running around than we do now. But it's still our love is still growing. It's very mature, and we're intentional about that. And we are really showing that within our circle. You can be intentional. You have to be. You have to be because life will be life and life will pass you by. And we don't want you to say shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Exactly. Well, what I love about what you do too, because in the sessions that we have, there's one session that you teach on the different levels of intimacy.
Mhm. Yes.
And some of the couples had never considered those different levels of intimacy and how they impact their relationship. and how it carries over into other areas of their lives and lives and family members. So that right there is eye-opening in itself, that they get to experience the different levels of intimacy and not just physical intimacy. So thank you for bringing that to the Match for Marriage Circle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it because I get to do it with you. So
Ah, let's go. Let's
I wanted
go.
to say shout out to our Master
Yes.
Marriage Circle out there. We
Yes.
love you all. We see you. We thank you for adding value to the circle. We
Mm,
look forward to growing with you all. We look forward to hearing how your business and your marriage and your ministry continues to elevate.
yes.
God's doing some
Yes.
amazing work in you. Let's talk a little bit about what are the other core areas that we talk about consistently because you
Yeah. So
have to
we
be
talked about,
consistent.
right. So we talked about covenant.
Mhm.
We talked about connection. The next one is community. And that's what this Master for Marriage Circle is a community. And it's amazing because the people that are on or that are part of the circle, they're from different states and cities across the country. But there's a level of intimacy that they've developed and bonded over because they're getting together on a regular basis that's surrounded by faith, and that they have the same like values when it comes to their ministry and business. And what's so unique about this is
Mhm.
that all of them have like different businesses or different ministries. I mean, it ranges from people who are planning churches, to people who are electricians, to people who are actually have music business, to people who are in real estate. I mean, the gambit, it's just massive. And we absolutely love that we're still able to build a community,
Mhm.
and they're sharing information together, and they're helping each other and encouraging each other and inspiring each other to keep moving.
Oh, yes. Community is another level. It is another
Yes.
level. No matter where you are, you need community. You need to know you're not out there by yourself. That is probably one of the number one things we hear a lot. Like, we don't have community. We
Yes.
don't connect. And we maybe have a social, but that's not community. We just get
Yes.
together. And this has really showed them what community was all about, what it is all about. It is doing life together. It is helping each other build and thrive in the areas where you may see gaps. And
Yes.
sometimes you need that other lens. You need to step out, and then you need to have other people see. And then we want the best for you. So we're going to challenge you in
Mhm.
those spaces. And this is community is everything. And I just say, if you're not a part of community, find a community that of like-minded people that will help you to grow, that makes you better off because you are in their presence. That is
Yes.
what the Master for Marriage Circle is all about. Helping you be the best version of yourself for you, for your spouse,
Mhm.
for your community, for your church. We're helping you do, and for your clients. You have to
Yes.
be in the
Yes.
best version of yourself for your clients as well. And I can tell you, as we're in this space with the community, we are growing by leaps and bounds ourselves. And it just lets us know that abandoning a community, it cannot bring you the life you need. Okay, you have to be a part of a community. And again,
We were
shout out to
never
our Master for Marriage community.
Yes, we were never meant to do life alone.
Mm-mm.
And so that's why community is so important. There's a couple of stories that I'd love to share. Is that we have one couple who is launching their consulting business,
Mhm.
and they talked with us. We gave them some direction, but on top of that, there was another couple that's in the Master for Marriage Circle. They are helping them put together their legal ease on their business and providing that kind of support because they are specialized in human resources and starting businesses and things like that. So they've already connected and started to move that particular consulting business forward. That's what community can do. Another, we had two more couples. One is in real estate, one was in music, but had some experience with real estate. They got together and started talking about how they could actually grow. One couple could grow their real estate business and offer the resources that they need in order to make sure that they were resolving some of the issues that they were having in their business. So they were getting together. And then the last one that I have from a story perspective is that we had a couple who had their own electricity business, but it was just blowing up, but they didn't have the right processes and systems in place. So one couple that was in the Match for Marriage experience, she is very strong
Mm.
in operational systems. She literally goes to their business to help them figure out how to create better systems so they can maximize their resources and give great client services. So those are just a few of the examples that we have where people are enjoying and maximizing their community resources they have in the Match for Marriage circle.
Oh, love it. So we've now talked, we have covenant,
Wait, can I give one more? Just one more, last one.
connection, and
This is
community.
I know, but I got to
Now
give
that
one
you
more.
do it, I just want to
I
remind
know because I
you
was
of
so
some of
excited
the
about this.
things
So
that
we
we
had
talked about.
another couple that's in the Mesh for Marriage circle. They traveled from where they lived and they came to stay with us for like 3 to 4 days. We sat down with them, walked them through some strategies on the business that they are in and wanting to start. But also we had other couples that were in the Mesh for Marriage experience come over and we just had such a great time over a meal, but we got deep into our businesses, into our ministries, and was encouraging one another and praying for one another. And that to me is the essence of why community is so important because everyone left that meetup that we had just fired up
Mhm,
and excited about their next in their marriage,
mhm.
ministry, and business. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just had to say that because that was
Don't
life-changing.
apologize. If it came to your mind, you have to share that. I just want to encourage those. If you are not a part of a community, I also want to say if you're just looking for that way to connect, and you may be in business, and you may be in ministry, you're
Mhm.
married. I would advise you to just check us out. Check out our Master for Marriage Circle. There's information on our webpage, which is powercouplesrock.com. But also, we'll be dropping a link in the chat later on. It will allow you to be able to just click on it and then inquire about what it's all about. And maybe we can have a one-on-one discovery call to talk about what that looks like if you had any specific questions. We just want to encourage you in that space. And then what else do we have?
Can you talk about where, because you had mentioned earlier about couples where one of the spouses has a business or a
Sure.
ministry, but the other say, oh, that's your business, that's their business, they'll take care of it. But we help those couples understand their roles or that spouse to understand their role
Mhm.
in that business. So can you talk a little bit about that? And I would love to give an example or a story regarding one of those couples.
Well, we have had several couples in there who one spouse is in the business and the other spouse is not in the business, and they were struggling on how they needed to assist. As they often would say, well, that's their business. I don't know what to do. And sometimes spouses will ask other spouses to do things that is not in their gifting. And so it can bring in stress. And what we help couples find out is how you can support one another, even if it's not initially your business, but we help you to discover that you are a part of that business because you are one and that is your spouse, and that you want to find out the best way that you can help them. Some examples would be one couple was just not understanding how they can help, and the spouse said, well, if you could make phone calls, But then that spouse said, I'm not good at making phone calls. And that's one example of, like we said, well, maybe that's not the gifting. So what are you good at? And they may be good at helping navigate, helping you at an event, whatever your specialty is, helping you put things up, helping socially in the space. And we help them to discover, like, find that, because when they didn't have that, they were frustrated. They were
Yes.
frustrated. They were running into a wall. They were kind of just at each other about, well, they're not helping me. But after
Mhm.
we help them discover being able to be in your sweet spot, it helps you to grow and you'll know how to support one another. And we have
Mhm.
several couples in there that where one couple has done the business, was in the business for a while and didn't understand how their spouse could help them. But we are so grateful when we talk about breaking down what does that look like, that they're
Yeah.
able to see, this is where they fit in most. And
Yeah.
we've seen much success in when we've done that.
I know one of the wins that we had with this one couple, she does a lot of the training, and he was trying to figure out how do I help my wife do that. And after we had conversations with them and prayed about it and walked through it, now he's become a champion and an ambassador for her. And also, when she goes to do trainings now, he shows up to help with the logistics to make sure that she has everything she needs. And it's just like they've gone to a new level at
Mhm.
this point, and she feels supported. He feels useful. They are on the same page and aligned. And I tell you, when we found out that they were doing that, everyone was just celebrating their wins
Mhm.
because this was exactly what we were looking for when we're talking about connection and community when you're supporting those couples like that.
Oh yes, yes. That's like I said, there's multiple stories like that that bring you life and help you to go, oh wow, when you see where they've come from to where they are now, and that just sometimes just showing up when you don't know how to support, sometimes just showing up. It delights people, your spouse, maybe when you're just their biggest cheerleader,
Hmm.
and figuring out that may be what you need at the time. Then you figure out what else you need. But that you don't do it alone. In the circle, we help you to be able to see that and to strategize on how to work in sync. We call it align with each other on
Yes.
a consistent basis. And
Hmm.
that way, when you know the direction that you're going in, that's why, Carlos, we're so big on having a vision for your marriage, because it keeps you focused. It keeps you from kind of having all of these popcorn conversations. Popcorn on the
Exactly.
floor, popcorn over on the
Exactly.
stove. But it just really helps you to stay aligned and in tune with one another.
But I love because for we're talking about connection and community. When we're talking about the confessions that we do, that helps those spouses stay aligned because they're all speaking the same language and they're all grounded in the same scripture. So when they're talking that and speaking that on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, it really helps to align them more about what they're doing. And they're saying it with the community. So the entire community is saying these confessions in their ministry, in their marriage, in their business, and people are believing it, and it's becoming a part of their DNA now. And you can tell it, you can see it
Mm.
when we're actually having these discussions in these sessions.
Yeah, as you can see, we're super excited about
I
this
know.
space. About this space because, quite frankly, one of the things that we talk about is that individual couples will come and say, "Can you spend time? Can you spend time? Can you spend time?" And one of the ways that we can do spend more time together is when, first of all, you hear from the community, and
Mhm.
we can come together. And it's just not one voice. It is, we have an array of voices in there that can really give you some information and tools to help you. And that's one thing why we're big really on community and
Yes.
and being a part of it.
Mhm. So
What's
we've talked about covenant, connection, community, and now we're talking about collaboration.
hmm
And that has been an ever evolving opportunity for the couples who are a part of the Match for Marriage circle. And it's interesting because we had a collaboration. We've got so many wins in this space, but
Mhm.
there's one couple that we were working with. They have a photography business. And so we were sending people to them because they were coming to us asking us for different people that could do photography in that particular city. And so we actually sent a person to that person.
Mhm.
They got the business and it was absolutely phenomenal. So the resources and the references that we're starting to see in the Match for Marriage circle has been incredible. That collaborative efforts that are being made, and not only just in the Match for Marriage circle, but when we're actually speaking to those couples in depth about what they're doing, we're thinking of other resources and other people that they can connect with in order to grow their business. And we're seeing that literally on a monthly basis
Yes,
of where
yes.
people are collaborating and moving their businesses forward.
Oh, what I love about the circle and the collaboration, I think you talked about there are where if there's a event that someone's have and we know that our skills are strong at certain things, we may collaborate with them to help them move that event along. So within the group, everybody kind of talks about what their needs are, what their gaps are, and then they find opportunities to collaborate. Not only that, we have a Rolodex of resources that we can really help couples find whatever they need. And we say, whatever you need, we'll make sure that we all get what we need. And the collaboration is so important. We even collaborate with guest speakers to come in and speak on certain topics to help our businesses move along and our ministries move along, like branding and strategy and how to
Value add.
value
Yes.
proposition. We're looking at what our businesses need, and then we'll find an expert to come in and talk about those things so that that can help you move forward in your business or close any gaps that you may have. And just to dig and ask questions of someone who's in that expert field. That is some
Hmm.
of the things that has really been a joy to be a part of and collaborations that we have. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, it is, we talk about the great things, but we also talk about like the challenges that we may be having in our
It,
businesses. We like to
right.
celebrate a lot. We love to celebrate, but we also want people to really share what their challenges is, where they find themselves stuck, because we want to
Yes.
get them unstuck from that, and not just Carlos and I giving them, we questioning them and challenging them, but then the group can challenge them and ask questions too. And you do better when you got a group of people that can really throw questions out there and you answer those.
Well, I know that, couples are dealing with, I mean, let's just be real about it. They're dealing with how do I make money to make ends meet? How can I really make sure that I'm increasing my revenue? We talk about that. How can I make sure that, I'm marketing myself well and branding myself well so that people are attracted to what we have to offer? How can I make sure that I'm doing that most appropriately? Another is like, how can I make sure that what I'm offering is of value? Am I underpricing my services? What does that look like? How do I price appropriately? And how do I make sure that in that revenue map, I'm getting repeat business?
Hmm.
What does that look like? We're
Yes.
having talking about staffing issues. I can't get enough people to work, or whether the right people to work, or who do I hire? All of those business and ministry issues that you have. How do I grow my business appropriately? How can I tell when I need additional staff, or how can I equip my staff so that they can be the champions and ambassadors that I need them to be in order to grow my business? So we're talking about not only that, are we talking about that in the Master Merit Circle, but we're also going to be talking about it in our seasons here on Power Couples Rock Popcorn Conversations.
Hmm. We definitely are going to do that. So you have to tune in every Tuesday night at 9
Yes.
o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll be diving into a whole lot of topics around covenant, connection, community,
Mhm.
collaboration, and you have to be committed to be able to do that. And I
Yes.
would like to say our master marriage circle, just to let you know, it's not a one and done. It's an ongoing because it may take you 3 or 4 months to get through something. Maybe if you're doing a complete startup, we do have
Right.
a couple in there that initially just became a part of the circle because they desired community. And they
Hmm.
were like, we're just going to say our marriage is our ministry right now. And
Yes.
I'm okay with that because your marriage should be a ministry.
Mhm.
And and as they began to show up at every session, we've been going through month by month, and now they have established a business. And they knew they had these giftings in their lives. They just didn't know how they were going to work it together. They do it for various other companies, but they said, we wanted to do something together. And their heart in
Mm.
this space, it definitely, I can see it flourishing. I can see
Yes.
it flourishing.
Yes. You can see them even having more confidence
Yeah,
in what they're
absolutely.
offering because they have more direction and they have more support from the community as well.
Hmm.
I love that they're actually moving forward and making it happen for themselves.
Yeah, wow.
Yes. And,
This
and,
sounds like
and
an amazing season, Carlos.
I cannot wait. I'm telling you, I look forward to every Tuesday night when we're having these conversations on Popcorn Conversations with Power Couples Rock. And then I'm also looking forward to when we meet with our Match for Marriage Circle. Right now, the circle meets 2 times a month, and
Hmm.
we meet for an hour and 15 minutes. And we actually have an agenda that we go through where we're celebrating wins. We're all of that with that community so that they can be challenged and grow. And we're dealing with some of the difficult issues that they're having
Hmm.
in their ministry or in their business. And we're deepening their connection. And so, again, I know there are people that have their businesses out there and they're just doing it by themselves, or it's just all about them. But we want to share the wealth. We want to make sure that we're in community in all of our businesses so that not only do we win, but everybody in the circle wins.
Yes, yes. Shout out again to the Master for Marriage Circle.
Amazing.
If you are
Yes.
interested in just finding out more about the circle, you definitely can go to powercouplesrock.com, but we will be dropping a link in the chat for you all to be able to click on. And it's easy for you to just fill it out, share that you're interested, and then we'll have a team get back with you all,
Yes.
just see what kind of questions you may have in reference to it. But I am enjoying this space.
So see what kind of questions that you may have. Yes.
Huh? What did you say?
Just see what kind of questions that they may have if
Yes.
they're interested in just hearing more about the Master for Marriage Circle. And if they can't join or if they just want more information, we just encourage them, one, to get on these calls every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just to hear what we're saying. And we're going to have co-hosts on. We'll have special guests that are on, and you can ask your questions and you can be a part of the conversation. We want you to be engaged and we want you to be a part of a community, especially if you've got a desire in your heart to start a business or if you're in a business or ministry and you're like, I just need support. We're here for you. We want to be part of your circle.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think you did that. You wrapping that up pretty good.
I know. I go on 10
Yeah, you
sometimes
get on
when I'm
10,
purpose
and
and passionate about something.
I'm
I
so
go
used
on
to him
10.
being on 10. Let me tell you all.
Yes.
Listen, we've enjoyed our time together, and we look forward to seeing you here every Tuesday night Eastern Standard Time for some power couple conversation, popcorn
Yes.
conversation. And in the meantime, and in between time, let's get
Power
powered
it up.
up.
Let's go, people. Peace.